There are two men in very different stages of their career right now who are sitting ringside on Saturday night, who are waiting for the outcome of what was meant to be Parker Dubois. Now Parker Bacoli. No idea what Dubois holds for the future in regards to these two men. One of them is Anthony Joshua. Obviously, he's coming off a loss to Dubois, criticism for not taking the rematch immediately, although he did have an injury. And he'd beaten Parker, and everyone thought, well, everyone, most of the pundits say that Bacoli beats him. Usyk, undisputed heavyweight champion. Obviously, he had to relinquish the IBF title. He wants that undisputed moniker back, but the world is his oyster. He can pick and choose whatever he wants to do. How do you think this change affects both men?
I don't think it affects them at all. I don't see any effect to them.
I mean, they're options, right? Does Joshua wait now for Bacoli Parker?
It always was an option.
Yeah.
It was always an option. When you can fill Wembley Stadium, my friend, you have an option. You have power. You have, what do they call that out in the world, in the business world? Leverage? You have leverage, right? I mean, when you can put 98,000 people in the stadium in Wembley and probably 60,000 fighting the doorman at the King's Arms because the fans are so great. The fans are so great across. They are. They got to be the greatest. I'm taking nothing away from the Mexican, the Irish, the Puerto Rican, the Filipino, the American. But I'm telling you, the English fans, they come out. They're passionate. They have a long history with the sport. They're very loyal to their fighters. You put the fight on, they're going to come out. And when you have the ability to draw that kind of, the power to draw those kind of crowds, you're always going to have options. People are still going to want you. I mean, he just got knocked out. Fury just lost two in a row, yet they still want that fight. They still want that fight because the fans, first of all, it's their fight. It's the fight for the pride of London, of England, I should say. It's their fight. So they're still going to come out. No, they probably lose 10 fights in a row, and the people would still come out because of what I'm describing here. So look. To me, I'm looking for the options as a trainer, as an advisor. If they get, they'd be well served to obviously be advised. That's why the people are with you, the manager, the trainer, to advise you, to keep emotion out of it. And I'm advising a guy more on styles, on what style I think fits at this point for Joshua to come back. I think he deserves, if he wants to come back, that's up to him. But he deserves, I think, something maybe a little easier than a Dubois rematch. Let him have one fight to kind of get rid of the cobwebs, if you will. Get the bats out of the belfry. There are bats in the belfry, there are ghosts floating around there that have to be exercised. One way in my sport to exercise them is to give a guy that one fight. That confidence builder, that one comeback, just to let him know that he's okay. That you're still okay. You still can do this. You're all right. And then go for one of those decisions that are tough.
Okay, so let's say we get whomever that might be, right? This confidence builder. This fight happens, and now, for the sake of discussion, what is Joshua's road to redemption? I'm giving three options now, right? It's Dubois rematch. Let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, that Bacoli comes through on Saturday night. It's Bacoli, who everybody, especially if you win Saturday night, is going to think is the big monster and the boogeyman in the heavyweight division. Or it's Fury for the pride of England. You as the advisor, you as the trainer, where does Joshua go for redemption?
For those three fights, Bacoli,
Dubois, or Fury?
Go for the gusto. Go for Fury. No, really. Go for the biggest, and not just the money. People say, Teddy, I thought it wasn't always about money. I'm not saying this is just about money. It's huge. We know that, but he's made plenty of money. But it's about redemption. It's about getting, it's about pride. And also the pride where you live in your country. What better to jump back, really, to get a quick start, boom, a jump right back to it, than fighting another beloved fighter who is an icon in your country than to fight Fury, and a guy who's also damaged to a certain extent, coming off 2 losses, psychologically a little damaged, physically left a little bit something, with all the fights he's had and the tough fights he's had, a little something in the ring. And look, Fury's great. He's tremendous. You got to give him credit for what he's overcome in his life. And you give Joshua credit for coming back, from obviously a devastating loss, in a way that he lost. So, what again? For me, I think it's only one option if you can do it. Yeah, people say, but Teddy, what happened to your theory about, having that confidence build? Well, my man over here, the great manager, he didn't give me that option. He said, out of those guys, I don't want to fight Bacoli. He can punch like hell. My chin's still a little bit sore from being in there with another guy who can punch like hell. And I'm not gonna get as much pop out of it anyway with that, but the danger is there. The other guy is who? It's Dubois. I mean, you just did that, right? I think for that, in my mind, I would say, no, that one I would want the confidence builder first. Mm-hmm. So which one would I take that's out of those significant fights, and there's risk in them all, that makes the most sense for the right reasons? It's the guy I just said. It's got to be Fury. I can't see anyone else. It has to be Fury, because you're doing it, and I know there's no titles, but you're doing it for all the enchiladas, if you will, because I want to show you Mexican fans, I'm not leaving you out. I love you guys, and I respect you guys, but it's for everything that's important in both their lives, the pride of their country, a big fight, a fight that gives them a level of redemption, and it satisfies the fans at the same times. The fans, your fans, they would love it. They've been waiting for that fight anyway, and the playing field is even on both sides. Where again, you got Fury, who's coming off losses, so he's been dented, and you got Joshua, obviously, who needs to be in there with a guy who at least has been damaged a little bit like him, to even the playing field a little bit. It makes all the sense in the world.